What's up, nerds? Welcome back to my channel. I am very excited to show you what I got today. We've been waiting a long time for these, and I still waited a little bit longer than most to get them. I had budgeted them for July. I waited for Amazon Prime days. I just wanted to see if they would go on sale. I was pretty sure they wouldn't, and they didn't, but when I saw that they didn't go on sale, I just got them all. These are the Super7 Ultimates 2003 series Ninja Turtles. I loved this show so much. I just think it's so cool that any of the companies decided that they were going to make collector grade figures from the 2003 series. Here they are in the box. I know it's kind of shiny. I'm just trying to I'm trying to get good lighting, but it always ends up being too shiny for the boxes. But here's what the boxes look like. They are part of the Ultimate series, which is, I think, the main thing that Super7 does is these big old Ultimate series. The art we get, this is all, I'm pretty sure, art from the original show. Like, they didn't make anything new. They didn't make any new art for these boxes at all. This, I'm quite sure that we've seen this art over and over again. You see the different art, and they all have these stupid little sayings on the back. The berserk battler with the savage sigh. The cunning comedian with the nimble nunchaku. It's like, whose dad wrote these? But they're cute. I mean, there's just nothing to them. There's like no information about any of the characters on the back or anything. They're very simple. But like, look at this nonsense. You can see back there. You see in that box? Empty. These boxes look so empty. There's just nothing back there. This is all they come with. They come with a head, they come with their weapons, they come with 2 more sets of hands, the T-phone, and that's it. That's it. Mikey, where is Mikey? He comes with spinny ones, but that's it. Like, that's the extra thing that he gets. But look how empty those boxes feel. Especially for, these are like collector grade. These are 55, I got these on Amazon and they were 55 bucks each. And just to compare, the last Ninja Turtle video I made, we opened the Ultimate Slash, which I have the box right here. I don't have the figures out on display, but this, I got mine a little cheaper because he was open and I just got him on eBay, but I looked up the market price and it seemed to be roughly the same price, like it was about 55 bucks. And this is the Slash Ultimates. It came with a way bigger figure. Slash was huge. Came with the head, and then look at all these weapons came with little Slash. I just stored them in there. But these are all the weapons. We got two extra set of hands, which is normal. And then all of these weapons, these are just bigger versions. Like, I have them right here. They're just bigger versions of the regular Slash weapons. They're in there. Plus, we got non-painted version of all the weapons. Plus they came up with some grenades and some shooting stars. They're all in here somewhere. This box has been hauled around. But look at all the stuff. Look at all the stuff that came with this Ultimate Slash. Same price. And this just empty. Just empty. I've heard a lot of people say that the price was a little too high with as little as you get, and I quite agree. I think this is more NECA pricing. Like, these should have been like 36 bucks, not 55. I would have expected a lot more. I And even just a better box. I mean, look at this box. Look at this Slash box. I love this. I love this so much. They had to come up with this art, and they came up with, you know, there's like a blurb on the back for the character, and just, I really love the art on this box. And this just feels so lazy, which I don't know what happened, because it feels like we waited a really long time for these figures, and we got so little. Like, there's nothing groundbreaking about any of this, other than they are very show accurate. They very much look like the show, which makes me super happy. I am very happy about that. And like, even though they're a little overpriced, I love this show so much, and I love this version of the characters so much, that of course I was just going to get them anyway, and I've been wanting them for a long time, but I will tell you, if they were cheaper, I probably would have pre-ordered them. Like I said, I had to budget because they were a little more on the spendy side. But I just feel like just some extra accessories. For Leo, I would have added the sword of Tengu in there, and maybe the glove, if he had the glove hand and the sword of Tengu. Michelangelo, I would have at least put Clunk in with him. Maybe even like, he had that Christmas episode, if you wanted to put like the alien doll in it, or like Christmas hat head, something like that for him. Raph is the one I'm blanking on. If anybody has any ideas for Raph, I'm not sure what else we'd put with him. Maybe a Casey Jones mask or something. I'm just spitballing right now. But Donatello, at least his bag, like he usually has like a big old duffel bag that he carries all his stuff in. Like, where's that? Where's that? I almost feel like the people who worked on this didn't actually see the show. They just kind of were like, yeah, this was a show that existed. This is, this is the art from the show. This is what the title looked like. This is what the characters look like, and because there's just nothing in there. But like, even as far as the accessories go, I just spent a little bit of time digging through my storage bins, and I know everything in here is, but everything in this bag I know is 2003 accessories. This one's for the babies. Yeah, so like, and I can't remember who came with what, but this is like a little zipline thing that came with one of them. And then this thing goes on the zipline, and then these little suction cups, like, and just little extra, there's like this axe. This is one of the baby's weapons. Was this just Mikey's regular weapon? I'm not sure. But yeah, like some of these extra weapons, like why didn't they just do that? Like that's what they did with the Slash, is they just took the weapons that came with the original toy and redid them and painted them. You just got two versions of the weapons. You got like the straight pink, and then the ones with the paint on them. That was still better than nothing. You know what I mean? And this probably isn't everything. This is just, this is Usagi's sword. He's got like a long sword and a short sword. But this is just as an example. Like, if they couldn't come up with any ideas, the other figures came with other weapons, other stuff. They could have just looked at those and given us at least those. But I'm going to open one of these on camera, or maybe not. I'm going to open one of these on camera, just so we can see what's in them. And then I'll just show the rest. I always have the hardest time with sliding these things out. There we go. It's so empty. That's it. That's it. The Ultimates. There's nothing. Hands. Turtle communicator. I do always love the communicators. They didn't even come with pizza. Like, I swear every single Ninja Turtle figure comes with pizza. No pizza. But other than that... Oh, I'm gonna have to cut anyway. He's in there. Nope, nothing really falls out though. I mean, that's kind of nice. As you saw my slash, that stuff falls out if you just look at it wrong. So at least everything's in there tight, but it's just like you're looking from, just look how empty. Like the box didn't even need to be. Look how big this box is. It didn't need to be this big when there's just this little that comes with the figure. And I don't know. Like it kind of feels like they needed the box to be big to help justify the price, but I know I'm not the only one who's saying it. The price was a little ridiculous for how little we got, and I feel like they could have added more and it really wouldn't have been that much extra effort. But anyway, I'm going to cut away and I'm going to open these up and then we're going to take a look at them out of the box. Alright, I'm back with these guys open. I broke a nail trying to get them out. They are in the plastic very, very good. Nothing was coming loose, that's for sure. I had been warned by people that some of the joints are really, really stiff and that people have actually broken, specifically the legs or the hips, trying to get them to move. I fiddled with these guys a little bit when I opened them, and I haven't had any problems. I haven't done anything with them yet. I haven't put them in hot water or anything, and I haven't had a problem with any of them. And I got mine from Amazon. Like, I just barely got these guys, like, a couple days ago. So I guess, it might just be that first wave. I know people who ordered specifically from Super7, who pre-ordered, got theirs way earlier, and maybe it was those that were super tight and then they loosened them later. I'm not sure, or maybe I just lucked out, but I played with all of them and I really haven't had any like super tightening. They're still pretty solid, but I haven't had any real fight with the legs or the hip joints. Yeah, so they're quite okay. I do like any sort of because they got their shells and everything, like any sort of extra poseability we can sneak in there, I'm okay with. So little hip joints, there's a ball socket, and you know the regular stuff. This one's super annoying because they clearly made this joint so it could go up even higher, but this little bitty part right here is in the way. It should be, like, you would need to shave it down if you wanted to get the full range of motion, so it's almost like, what's the point? Like, maybe the toe joint would have been better to get that better mobility. But other than that, I mean, they're giving us maximum mobility. We got the double joints. We even get like I don't know what joint you would call this, but because like real people don't have, there's no actual real joint right here that real people have. But maybe right here. This shoulder joint's a little stiff for me. Like I'm being very careful because I already overpaid for these guys, but I am still very happy with them. We'll look at them a little bit closer. I love their faces. Donnie's got a little bit of an imperfection right there. We could clean that up if it really started bothering me. Sorry for the broken nail. Should we just show this one? This one's normal. These little bandanas come out. I don't necessarily think there's a reason to. They come with a second head, but the second head, I guess the second head has, never mind, it has more of a flowy bandana, so if you wanted, or a mask tail, I don't know what you call it. So you have two different tails that you can choose from. They're mostly a very sturdy plastic, but their shells are super soft. Like down here, it's more like an apron. You know, I like to check out, I always check out the crotch to see like how everything's connected. But yeah, so this is like a little apron, this little crotch piece. But I guess that is not necessarily a bad thing, so this doesn't interfere with like lifting it up. Like you can squeeze it a little or like move it out of the way so you can get like a higher kick. And they do have, like they've got peg holes in the feet, but they didn't come with any stands. So that would have also been something that they could stick in the box, or stands, since, you know, like I said, they're made for stands. Like if you have a stand, you can put them on the stand. But it would have been fine. Like that would have been at least something else to stick in the box for a $55 toy. Shell's solid. Not a whole lot of fancy paint. There is some like random, like the shadows. This one works pretty good, but like this kind of shadow here, that one's random. Like that's not where you put the shadow. Oh, and I have to pause because someone is calling me. All right, sorry about that cut. Someone was calling me, but we're back. And we're just going to go through the rest of this turtle here. This belt is very interesting. Like this is the softest, most pliable plastic. And it's connected here quite well. And then they connected it here. And then you can tell it's like inside the shell here. But this is just like the softest plastic. Which is really, it's just really interesting to touch these turtles. Like, this plastic's different, this plastic's different, this plastic's different. And then, yeah, and then the rest of it's pretty solid. This is a little bit different plastic from this, but this is solid, and then the body's solid. And then we got this soft plastic too. I'm just going to test. You know, I like to test to see if, they can hold their weapons. Nope. Doesn't pass the tap test. I have some Donatellos where I can tap on the bow and it stays. This is super loose. But it should, I mean, like if you're just posing him and not flipping him around, it stays pretty well. Leonardo's is my favorite to test. But I have, these are going in way too easy. Oh, this one's pretty tight. Is it supposed to go in the other way? No. I'll have one loose one, one tight one. Oh, they both stay in pretty good. This one's super loose. Oh, there it goes. Loose. Yeah, it's loose both ways. And this is, like I said, this is just like the softest, most pliable plastic. So this thing just kind of flips around. So I got one loose one, one tight one. Raphael doesn't have anywhere to put his size in the back or the front really, but I'm sure you can just, yep. Just like that. And these definitely will stay in pretty good. They're not coming out as long as you keep them. But then, you know, you got to be careful. This is this is super soft, easily damaged. So, you know, if you raise his leg, you could damage his little pointies. And here's Michelangelo. His weapons thankfully have the chains. Like, I would be super mad if they didn't have the chains. Nothing back here, nothing in the front where they made like little extra holes or anything. You would just, I mean, this is pretty much how they have them in the show too. They just kind of tuck them in their belts for Raph and Mikey. But you kind of put them in the side and then slide them up. They're in there pretty snug. They're not too bad. And then he's got the spinnies, and it took me a minute to like figure out how to do the spinnies. But one of these, there it goes, it comes off like this, and then you put it in the hole, and then he can hold it. Whoops. Not doing well. I'm looking through the camera instead of looking at the figure. There we are. See, and then it looks like he's spinning it. You probably want to pose the hand first and then stick the spinny in. But there you go. That's how that works. And then I pulled out one of the T cells so you can see it. I think I would have rathered like 2 of them have the open T cell and then 2 have the closed T cell. When it's closed, it just looks like a little turtle shell. But they were a nice touch. You know, at least it's something more than just the hands and the weapons. I would have liked more than that. But for the end, I brought out, I do have my original 03 figures just for comparison. I have all 4. These are not the reproductions. These are the originals, so they are a little dusty. I had them on display for quite a while, and then I put them in storage. But here they are, and they're regular Playmates. You know, they are, what do you call it? Playline grade, no knees, no ankles. They got some, at least they rotate here. There's some that don't even rotate around their wrists. No elbow action. Just side to side, no up and down on the head. Pretty solid though, belts are solid. They're not actually too bad. I think like this is one of the better faces to match this show, but definitely the only thing is, like, I forgot to mention, like, look how chubby they are. Like, they're so round. And they got, like, their little pecs are kind of, like, they're a little flabby. They're almost like moobs. They're a little saggy, my boy. They chonky. They're a little more fit on this one. But with both of them, you can see the figures in the show. They all have similar character designs, but each of the turtles is a different shade of green. They did that with the figures, and they did that with these figures, but they're not... Is this Donnie? Yeah, this is Donnie. Definitely not the same shade of green. And they're bigger. They're definitely bigger. I think these still have an appeal. I really like these. But of course, they just don't have the articulation that these do. All in all, I'm pretty happy. I mean, it's it's always the faces that really get me, that are like make or break. And I think the faces did turn out really good for these guys. Oh, and I have just for funsies, I also have the Usagi. I really, really liked Usagi from the 03 series, though he's like a chop action Usagi. Like you can't, this would be like a normal pose for him, but you can only have heh or eh. I guess this one's kind of okay. But then he's got a little, where's his button? There's his little button on his butt that makes him go, yeah. That's the Usagi. But yeah, these were fun. I wish they were cheaper. I agree with everybody else who says that they either should have come with more or they should have been cheaper. I agree with that 100%. but I don't hate these figures. I think they're really nice. I just would have liked, I think they should have come with stands, since once again, you can put them on stands. They should have come with stands. They should have come with a little bit more. But I still really like them. I really wouldn't mind getting fast forward versions of Ultimates, or somebody else, if anybody else does fast forward. That show was not good, but I really, really liked the character designs from fast forward. So I'd love to see those, or even like the Mystic tattoos. If we could get the this version with the Mystic markings, and like maybe they glow in the dark or something, that would be super fun. I would probably get those as well. If anybody did those as super, like, it would be really easy for Super7 if they just reissued these, but they came like, because I have their Ultimate Slash and then their Glow in the Dark Slash. Like if they just made like a Glow in the Dark Mystics version of these, I would probably get them too, even though they would be also overpriced, but I would still probably pay. But that's it for this video and this pile of turtles. If you want these, I hope you can get them. Oh, and by the way, if you do want the reproductions of these, I have seen them on Amazon. I think it's like $40 for the whole set. So if you are feeling like getting the O3 turtles, the original ones, they are easy to get and they're not a bad price if you want them. But yeah, so this is my video on O3 turtles. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Okay, bye.